Alright, it's time to call out New York 1 once again, and mostly everybody else in the media, because guess what happened? There were two major fires that were ignored yesterday. One in Brooklyn and one in Queens. So we're going to get to them and lead off with that, because I'm just very disgusted. Very disgusted overall with New York 1 and mostly everybody else in the media. You call yourselves local news, CBS 2, NBC 4, Fox 5, ABC 7, Pix 11. No, you don't deserve to call yourselves local news when you're not going to cover two major fires that happened yesterday. Alright, so you want proof that they don't talk about public safety? Let's go to Brooklyn for an example. Let's see if that scrapyard fire was mentioned in Brooklyn. Nope. Nope. Nothing about it. Nothing about it. 3-alarm scrapyard fire in Brooklyn. Not covered. What about the apartment fire that happened in Hollis? Nope. There was a major apartment fire on Hillside Avenue yesterday, and nobody covered it. Nope. Alright, so let's go to the Firewire, and I'll show you some Citizen App videos. Here's the scrapyard fire. So here we go. This ended up being a 3-alarm fire by Foster Avenue and Kings Highway in Canarsie, Brooklyn. So multiple units responded to this fire. Okay, so I thought it was a 3-alarm, but it was a 2-alarm. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yep. Let me scroll down so you can see it. Let me rewind it. Now look at that. Look how scary that is. This isn't a scrapyard in Brooklyn, and New York 1 didn't even bother to cover it. I bet News 12 Brooklyn didn't even cover it either. Nope. So we do have more videos that we're going to play. Let's see if we can load this one up. Yeah, here we go. See? Well, this isn't really a good video, but that's not really a good view of it. So the address was 5709 Preston Court in the Flatland section of Brooklyn. Okay, so this is near Canarsie. This is near Canarsie. And look how big that smoke is. Look how big that smoke is. And this is why we have to rely on Citizen App or the Firewire to literally tell us what's going on. Because we would have never had found out about this. Okay, let me see. Any more videos we can get? I'll play one more, because we got to move on to the next one that happened in Hollis. I don't want to make this too long. But you get the point that there was a very bad fire that happened in Brooklyn that, again, nobody really seemed to care about. In fact, hang on. This may be an accurate video of it. Let's see. Okay, no, it's not. You did see the other video. I mean, there legitimately was a fire yesterday. And we do have audio calls that we're not going to play, because then now we'll just make this video too long. So let's just move on. And by the way, I'm going to do a video about Grace Sming. So, here's another fire that happened at 212-29 Hillside Avenue. Let's see if we can get a better video of what happened. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get you a better video of what happened. Because I know my Citizen App was blowing up over this yesterday, because I'm literally not too far from this location. Yeah, you can tell that's the smoke right there. That's the smoke. See, right around there. And, there's the fire department. They're around the corner on 212th Street in Hillside. Here's a ground level view, if we can pull that one up. So let's see. We can try to get more details from the Citizen App. Yeah, I don't think the videos are going to give us accurate information. So let's just read the reports. So the fire was confirmed on the 4th floor. Smoke. Building fire. Let's just see how many units responded to this yesterday. Because we're not really getting any more details other than, fire in a multiple dwelling. But that's only it. That's the only details that we seem to be getting. Yeah, see, then they upgraded it to a 3 alarm in Brooklyn. Yeah. But there you go. 2 fires that were ignored by the media. In fact, the one in Brooklyn should have got more coverage. Just because that was a legit fire. We have video of it. We have video proof. But again, you know how the media works. They don't want to cover it. Okay, so let's move on to this. This is a story that was covered a lot by the other media outlets, but not New York One. Taurus Speed Up Upper West Side hostess over vaccine proof. Yeah. So, this was actually first broken by Channel 4 right after the Giants lost to the football team last night. So let's see what happened. 3 women from Texas attacked a hostess in an Upper West Side Italian restaurant after being asked to prove that they were vaccinated. The tourist assaulted a 24-year-old female worker at the neighborhood Mainstay Carmines at about 5:30 p.m. on Thursday, September 16. Sandra Rochelle Lewis, 49 of Houston, and Katia Neglij Rakin and Tyon Keisha Rankin of Humble, Texas, allegedly punched and struck the female hostess multiple times and broke her necklace. The trio were all arrested on assault and criminal mischief charges and were issued a desk warrant. The victim told police she suffered pain and bruising after being attacked by the suspects. She refused medical attention. Hang on. A little glitch right there. She refused medical treatment, so that's what caused my computer error to happen. The tussle began after the Texans argued with the hostess over the existence of legitimacy of the woman's COVID-19 documents. No one picked up the phone at Carmine's last night, so probably embarrassed. And this is this is it right here. This is where they asked you to prove your vaccine. And I actually was at Grand Central last week, and I was asking security there who was doing the dining area at Grand Central. I'm like, wait a minute, guys, it's not the 13th yet. You're not supposed to be endorsing this. And then they told me, nope, the management at Grand Central's telling us to do it. I'm like, management? Oh, boy. And I wasn't prepared because, I had to literally find my COVID Safe app. I mean, thank goodness I have an easier way to find it now, but still. I mean, I knew this was going to lead to bad problems. And then look at this. I found this out on a YouTube video, and it looks like the Post has actually made an article about that YouTube video I watched regarding this. 11 of 15 New York City restaurants, 11 out of 15, are not enforcing the vaccine mandate. So, look at this. Most of the 15 restaurants visited by undercover sleuths were not enforcing Mayor de Blasio's citywide COVID-19 vaccine mandate for people dining inside. So, this is what New York One should be talking about, but yet they're not. And you call yourselves a real news station, New York One. Really. Only 4 of the 15 restaurants asked reporters for ID along with proof of vaccination before seating themselves inside, according to a segment from Inside Edition. So yes, they did bring up the YouTube video that I did watch yesterday. At an Upper East Side location of the BurgerFi chain, the restaurant let a producer for the show order and eat inside without showing proof of vaccination, even though the eatery had small signs at each table that read, "Show me your vax." While confronted the following day about the lax enforcement, a manager of the store said, "I'm shocked right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm shocked because I know I've definitely been asking everyone." Among the 4 restaurants that did cooperate with the order was Soho's Mercer Kitchen, where a hostess asked to see a vaccine card at the door, or showing proof by using the New York City COVID Safe app or the New York State Excelsior Pass. The hostess said in the video, "Unfortunately, if we don't have proof, we can't seat you inside." Well, technically the hostess is wrong in one regard because it's only in the city right now. It's not being enforced in any other municipality in the state of New York. So that's why a lot of my New York City friends have been dining in Long Island lately, because they don't want to have to show proof of vaccination, and I can't blame them. Kind of an inconvenience, but, if you're not technologically advanced like me and don't have the Safe app, then you won't really be able to get into a restaurant easily. Okay, so as you know, the Blasio, blah blah blah, with the proof of indoor stuff, gyms, indoor restaurants, don't need to get into that. Mandate went into effect on Monday, we know that. So there you go. And speaking of our quality of life, New York One should also be talking about this. So, I'm still wondering, and a reporter was asking Chairman Janno Lieber about this on Wednesday. Well, when are you going to reopen the subway bathrooms? Because right now, and I know this for a fact because I was at Times Square last week when I was doing that video regarding shuttle. The only public bathroom available in the entire New York City subway station right now, as of Friday, September 17th, at this moment I'm recording this video afternoon, is Times Square, 42nd Street. And if you know where the bathrooms is, it's right by the shuttle, and it's right by where the 123 trains are. So, what's going on here? Why aren't the other bathrooms reopening it? So, here we go. The MTA won't say when it will reopen dozens of restrooms and subway stations because transit leaders have diverted cleaning staff to daily scrub trains, buses, and stations instead, according to a report from AM New York. So this is where you're going to go to AM New York to find this information out. The public toilets MTA maintains at 76 stations across New York City have been shuttered since March 26th of last year, when officials initially cited the risk of spreading COVID-19 for keeping them locked. The move cut off one of the few places for homeless New Yorkers to relieve themselves in a city where easily accessible bathrooms are few and far between. One advocate for unhoused homeless urged the agency to reopen the facilities. So, here we go. Here's a senior policy analyst of Coalition for the Homeless. Jackie Simon said, as there's increased ridership, there will be an increased need for restrooms in the transit system. Everyone needs to use the restroom, and that may happen while they're in the transit system. So there you go. I mean, the homeless now, they're likely ending up going to Times Square more often. And thankfully, the Times Square Alliance, they're the ones who maintain the bathroom. So, again, that's what the security guard told me. It's that, MTA doesn't... I talked to the security guard and he told me, MTA doesn't maintain these bathrooms. We do, the Times Square Alliance. So, as I said, if you need a bathroom in the subway station, you're out of luck if you don't go to Times Square 42nd Street. So, thank goodness I was there. So, Sarah Feinberg back in June said she wanted the bathrooms open, but remember, Feinberg left. Now it's Craig Cipriano who's president of New York City Transit. So it's going to be up to him to, I'm just wondering, well, are they going to reopen the bathrooms? I'm going to say this right now. They need to reopen the bathrooms sometime around after Thanksgiving, because that's when ridership is supposed to increase during the holidays. So I hope it's by then in that regard. Okay, so there's a lot of other news that's been going on. I just want to focus on Queens because it's just going to give me more of a headache. I want to see what's going on in my borough. Oh, by the way, there is some good news. The cops actually did find the suspect who murdered that pregnant mother in Harlem last weekend, so I'll quickly read that. Cops cuffed the estranged boyfriend of a pregnant Harlem woman accused of fatally shooting her during a dispute last weekend. Justin Serrano is accused of murdering Shanice Young during an argument in the corner of West 128th Street and Frederick Douglass Boulevard at 1:16 in the morning on September 12th. So, The good news is the suspect, according to Dermot Shea, said he was arrested in the Bronx without any incident by members of the NYPD Regional Task Force. So that's the good news, that at least they captured the suspect. And it turned out to be the boyfriend of the pregnant woman. And this was literally right after her baby shower. I mean, that's what makes this so disturbing. Okay, so according to this, the suspect was arrested at 3552 Carlisle Place in the Owenville section of the Bronx. Serrano was later charged with second-degree murder. So we don't know if the suspect was the father of the pregnant woman. So we don't know. We don't know if the baby's... You don't know who the father of the baby is what I'm trying to say. Because I'm just disgusted. You know, I'm just really disgusted. Oh, and then there's a suspect. New York One actually covered this for a bit. Remember that video I put in yesterday's video from CBS 2? They actually have a suspect of interest. So look at that. They actually believe that this is the suspect who slashed the person on the 8 train at Port Authority. So there you go. So more details have come out. The victim was a 21-year-old with a pocket knife. So this happened on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. The victim suffered a cut above his left eye. Thankfully, the good news is the suspect's okay, was taken to a hospital. So again, this is a clear picture. I mean, this suspect's easily going to get caught. But the issue is, with the bail reform, he might get out again. So let's see what's going on in Queens. Yeah, look at that. So much is going on in Queens, but you see what's going on here. It's just disgusting with all this crime that's being ignored. And then so much is going on in Jamaica, and, you know, it's disgusting. Oh, and then not to mention this hypocrite right here. Jessica Ramos was at Rikers Island a couple days ago. I showed you that video. This woman is a hypocrite. She supports bail reform, and yet she's disgusted to see what happens at Rikers Island. And there was no members of the New York State Senate who are Republicans who live upstate who don't even want to go downstate to see this mess right now. Like I said, if I go into this crime, it's just going to give me more of agita. So I actually want to show you something that happened in Fresh Meadows. So I'm going to show you Laura Uhl's page, because there was actually a bad accident that happened in Fresh Meadows a couple days ago. We only have one report of it. Oh, and look at this! New York One's going to ignore this too. Overturned tractor-trailer in College Point. Police report a tractor-trailer was overturned in College Point. It happened around 12:30 p.m. yesterday afternoon at 122nd Street and 29th Avenue. Poles and electrical wires are down from the incident. Oh, and then speaking of Queens, this is more urgent. Bullets continue to pour in Queens. From Monday onwards, bullets are busy pouring all over Queens. According to the NYPD, the pictured suspect fired multiple rounds to people on Roosevelt Avenue and 108th Street in Corona. So look at that. Even the Queens Courier is ignoring this. And this is from Crime Stoppers. If this is from Crime Stoppers, you know this is legitimate information. And look at this. It happened during the morning commute on Monday. This is a busy area, right by the 7 train. And look at this. 4 same incidents of shootings in Jamaica. 2 in South Ozone Park. A male was shot in St. Albans. 2 locations in Elmhurst being reported. You know, at least the Queens Courier was talking about the crime in Jamaica. I'll give them credit on that. But, you know, I'm just disgusted with how our media is treating us these days. Okay, I'm just trying to find out where was the accident. So let me just see. I know it was reported a couple days ago. Yeah, here we go. This is it. Car hit a building in Fresh Meadows. Police from the 107 precinct responded to an incident on 188th Street and 61st Avenue, reporting a car hit a building. This was at the CVS in Fresh Meadows. EMS was working on the driver. There are no other injuries. Structure damage to the front entrance. Ongoing investigation. So, that's why I'm trying to get this video done as soon as possible, because I'm thinking of heading over to CVS today to see how they're holding up. So, there you go. A lot of crime. Once again, New York one's just ignoring, and they ignored 2 fire stories yesterday. So it just proves that, again, our media is just completely corrupt, and they need to be called out for what they are. So, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching, and believe me, there's going to be more to come if New York One keeps acting like this. Thank you and take care.